Hello Wolves! It has been 3 years since Inhumans has graced our screen and the world is, quite frankly, better for it. That was mean, but also very true. Anyway, I'm sure you're all aware of the disaster that was the Inhumans TV show, and you might be wondering why I'm bringing it up now, and the answer to that question is why not? And also because there's a new reboot being rumoured for Disney+. So today we're going to take a look at what went wrong and what they could do to make sure the new reboot, if it's going ahead, actually works or is successful, or at least watchable. I've only seen the first episode and truth be told that was enough for me. But why was it enough? Normally I'm sucked into anything to do with the MCU and it happens pretty quickly, but with this show I wasn't. We are going to take a look at what could have led to the failure of the show, and also we're going to read some reviews which I am personally really looking forward to. Inhumans was originally announced in 2014 and it was going to be a feature film slated for Phase 3, which ultimately didn't happen. Kevin Feige's explanation was that it was moved to be able to fit Spider-Man in, which makes sense. Spider-Man is a heavy hitter and a guaranteed success, so to push movies to a different release slot is understandable. But Kevin also said that the Inhumans was just shuffled around and would hopefully be back on track soon. And only a short 7 months later it was moved to TV. Inhumans was now set to be a TV show on ABC to be played along with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has managed to run for 7 seasons, Agent Carter for 2, so even before Disney+, the MCU TV shows were quite successful. Maybe not movie successful, but successful nonetheless. It was picked up for 8 episodes, with the first 2 being filmed with IMAX cameras so they could be released to cinemas. It wasn't long before casting news, with Anson Mount, Ewan Rheon, Surinder Swan and more being announced. I'm really sorry if I butchered anyone's names there. At this point, apart from the departure from feature film, it was looking promising, and then the teaser images were released to the public. I don't have words for this image. People have compared it to cosplay, but I can guarantee I probably, while editing this video, will find some sick ass Inhumans cosplay that looks 10 times better than this. Hopefully I have done that and I'm showing you some examples right now. But obviously this is not to discredit the costume designers or anything, because an immense amount of work and talent went into these designs. But whether it was a time thing or budget thing, it doesn't matter because the fans were not happy and went to Twitter to complain. So fans were disappointed by the images, but you know, things can always be tweaked. And then the trailers dropped. The only thing about the trailer that people seemed to enjoy was Lockjaw, and even Lockjaw looked a bit dodgy. Although fingers crossed Lockjaw will be in Ms. Marvel. But the most critically panned thing was Medusa's hair. CGI hair has always looked goofy to me. I even thought Captain Marvel's hair in some of the space scenes looked silly. So it's very hit or miss for me, but it seemed to be very miss for everyone. Medusa's hair in general was just bad. The wig was horrible and the hair kicking ass was incredibly bad. Of course, you should always suspend your disbelief for things like this, but it was just another level of disbelief being suspended. So not looking too promising. Next was a weird press panel. Most of the cast and Marvel TV chief, Jeff Loeb, ex-Marvel TV executive, because he's no longer there, were there to promote the show. But on all accounts it was apparently super awkward because of the negative responses to the trailers. Like I said, I wasn't there, so I cannot confirm that this was true. And of course, because of the negative response, every reporter there wanted to question them on it. One of the journalists from the event even tweeted that Anson Mount, who played Black Bolt, actually said, and I quote, "You're making me feel like Ben Affleck right now," which I think is a reference to Ben in those interviews looking like he didn't want to be there. Which we now know is because of some very troubling issues, and hopefully he'll be back as Batman very soon. And I don't mean this as let's get rid of Robert Pattinson completely, but I mean in the continuous connected universe he should come back, unless they do the Dick Grayson thing. Also, this was allegedly said because, again, I wasn't there. This is what a journalist had put on Twitter. When you sign up for a Marvel TV show or a movie, you most likely think it's going to be a surefire hit. So being hit by question after question because of the disappointment to the trailers and images must have been really confusing to the TV show's stars. Apparently, Jeff Loeb actually snapped at some of the reporters at the event. So, let's take a look at behind the scenes. November 2016 was when the announcement was made that Inhumans was now a TV show. And from that point, they only had 10 months to do everything. Write, cast, shoot, and all that in only 10 months? That's crazy. And because they decided the first 2 episodes will be theatrically released in IMAX, they had to rush the first 2 episodes through. And rushed they were. The first 2 episodes were only produced within 20 days, which you can ultimately see in the finished product. Overall, I think we can all agree that it was rushed. People didn't know what was happening. It just didn't go off with a bang like a Marvel TV show or movie should. I'm not saying every Marvel show or movie has been amazing. Some episodes of Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. seem like they drag, but I love the show regardless. Same with Agent Carter. There was a couple of episodes where I was just like, it was boring. But that's just how it goes with shows. It was just so strange that even after half an episode, and I was going to give it the benefit of the doubt to watch it all the way through the first episode, I just couldn't even finish it. It was just after the point where she gets her hair cut off that I was just like, I don't know what this is, and it's hurting my soul. I must turn it off now. Okay, so we're going to look at some reviews. I'm just going to type in Inhumans reviews and we're going to see what comes up. Obviously everyone has different tastes, so there's going to be some good, there's going to be some bad. Maybe more bad than good, but whatever. So we're going to read some good and bad because obviously, like I said, everyone has different tastes. So some people really like this show, so we're going to read some good and bad. Okay, they're really long. There's not even any like nice short condensed ones. Okay, we got one that's a good review. So this is from Realist List in the Room, and it says, yep, seriously, I don't get why this show was criticised horribly. The acting was good, the sets were good, the costumes are good, the storyline is great. But the reason I think people not tuning into the show is because they don't know and have never heard of the Inhumans before, which is a very good point. I don't think it was marketed as well as it could have been. And because of an uninteresting pilot episode, many gave up after watching the first episode. Me. Such a shame it's not going to be renewed for season 2. Okay, so that was good. That was a good review. A hidden gem, a lot of people are saying. So a lot of people are saying you should give it a chance, and after the first couple of episodes it gets better, which I may do. Like I said, I gave up after the first. But there are a lot of good reviews on here, which I didn't expect because I'm stupid like that. Maybe I'll give it another go. Maybe I'll do some Inhumans reactions on the channel. If you want that, let me know down below. Okay, so we got one from Joshua Leah. I can't believe that there are reviews defending this show. The dialogue is wooden and the storyline is horrendous. There seems to be so many moments where the producers must have decided that'll do. Such a waste of what seems like a reasonable budget. I feel like this goes back to the point where it was just rushed through. They didn't plan anything really. They kind of wanted to jump off of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because they introduced Inhumans in that. They seem to kind of use Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. like Warner Brothers uses the CW to test things out to see how audience react. They must have reacted very good to Inhumans and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but clearly not to the TV show itself. Okay, so we've got like a half and half one here. We'll read this last one. So it kept to comic book lore quite well. Overall, it wasn't the best written show, and most of the acting was horrible, but it's not as bad as some of the other reviews on here. So there you go, we've got a good, bad, and a half and half. I was going to say ugly then, but that's mean, and I wouldn't say that about a person. So good, bad, and mediocre there. So, reactions I might do down below. I feel bad for not watching the rest of this, but I did find the behind the scenes very interesting, because for a Marvel show you expect it to be high tier and it just wasn't for me. But there has been talk of a reboot. Fine, I guess. Does that mean that this is just cancelled out of continuity forever? I'm sure people will be fine with it, but a bit confusing. Vin Diesel has expressed his wish to play Black Bolt, so see how this goes. I don't want Vin Diesel in that role though. Please don't. And that is it for today's video. But like I said, if you want me to react to those episodes, let me know down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And like, let me know what you think of the show. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's mediocre? Do you like have any opinions on why it failed and why it didn't get picked up for season 2? Please let me know down below. Subscribe to my channel because I do videos like this every single week, and click that bell if you want to be notified when I upload. I was going to say when you upload, but it's when I upload. Social media is down below. I'm not super active, but they're there if you want to follow them, and I will see you next time. Bye little wolves. Bye.